Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning in to the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I want to welcome in all my new subscribers. I'm so grateful that you're here. I hope you are happy and healthy and enjoying your journey to becoming more and more yourself. All right, let's get to your reading. Interesting. All right, the overall energy of this reading is the Six of Swords in reverse. Moving on. Not moving on. Anxiety. Someone's not moving on. Someone's unable to move on. They're staying in the choppy waters. It feels like confusion and fear and worry is keeping someone from moving on. Who's not moving on? What do we need to know about this anxious energy? Ten of Swords. It's after a painful ending. Very painful ending. Little bit of an overkill. So someone created very painful ending and they can't move on after a painful ending. Wow. The Five of Cups showing up as a challenge. So this is grief, sadness. Someone very focused on the Three Cups that have spilled. So much so their grief is and disappointment, their loss is so profound. Focus on this Three of Cups that they aren't seeing that there are two cups there right next to them. And if they would turn their focus on what they do have and see the two cups there, they would also see a bridge to a place, a castle. So it's hard to move on. Someone's having a difficult time moving on after a painful ending. And it feels like they're stuck in the grieving process or just in the middle of the grieving process. There's no linear way to heal this. I am tuned into the 5 stages of grief here. And so it feels like maybe acceptance of this ending, this painful ending. Maybe it's hard for you to move on. Move after not only the heartbreaking, it feels like there's so much woundedness here, and it's hard to heal from. Hard to get to that final acceptance. I accept that nothing could have happened differently. I accept what has happened. So sometimes I've recognized when I have a difficulty accepting it should have happened this way and they should have done this and this is how it should have been. And those thoughts and that activity of how it should have gone down and how it should have happened have kept me from healing. It keeps me in this fantasy world of what should have been, and that makes this person wrong. And instead of just getting to, all right, this should have happened, it should have happened this way, but it didn't. And so there's a need to accept how things happen, that they happened, that there's nothing, if they're in the past, there's nothing we can do about them other than learn from what's happened. Process the emotions, the grief, the disappointment, process them, feel them without the story. Feel the emotions so you can so you can extract the wisdom from the emotions, from the painful emotions. I've found that in uncomfortable emotions, if you are willing to sit with the discomfort and feel the discomfort without a story, just sitting with your emotions, then you can get curious. What is this emotion? What is this feeling? Oh, it's a mix. It's a mix of kind of disappointment and despair and upset. And so you learn more about yourself. You learn more about emotions. And when you can sit with uncomfortable emotions, then you not only get the wisdom from the experience, so you don't make the same mistakes, or you don't make the same choices that create this type of outcome. And there's a potential to learn so much and take what you've learned and move forward. But that's not what's happening here, because moving on is in reverse. So it feels like, death. So something is definitely over, an established way of being. There has been an ending, period. And it looks like what we're processing here, what we're figuring out, is how to move on, how to heal, how to process through the grief, accept what's happened, and move to calmer waters. So because this is a general reading, I don't know if this just happened to you, and so I don't feel like this would be your reading if this has just happened to you, this grief and betrayal ending. This feels like I'm talking to somebody who wants to move on, who had a very painful, heartbreaking ending. It is definitely over. And it feels like you don't know how to move on. How do I move on? How do I get over this? And so part of it we've already discussed, letting go of the story of how it should have been, what happened, and sit with the emotions when they come up. Be your best friend. Sit with your emotions and feel them. Get curious. And there's so much wisdom on the other side. Okay, anything else that would help the viewer move on after a breakup? Got it. I'm on the right line here. So this feels like a breakup. Lovers in reverse. Boy, getting a whole story here. Knight of Cups reverse, Nine of Swords reverse. Someone told you a tale. Someone created a fictitious reality, a false reality of who they are. And it feels like it took you a long time. It feels like you were kind of stuck in that false reality that you created with this person, or this person created some type of fictitious. It wasn't true, or it was partially true, to keep you trapped, to keep you stuck. It feels like this person created a false reality where it feels like you're afraid to leave the relationship. It feels like it got into some type of comfort zone, and there was a need for you to leave the comfort zone, to face your fears, to face the, I want to say, delusions that this fictitious relationship feels like it wasn't what you thought it was. And feels like you kept trying to make it that false reality, make the fiction come true. And it feels like there's some belief, some story going on that I worked so hard, I put in so much time, so much effort for this not to be, to not get that payoff, get whatever they were holding out, whatever they were saying that, that you could have, that this relationship could be. Maybe you had a false reality of what you were involved with. Maybe there was a lot of fantasy, and there was a need to face your fears, get out of the comfort zone of a fantasy and get into the reality of the relationship, of what it really was. Okay. It looks like you might have abandoned yourself to be in this relationship, abandoned who you prefer to show up as, gave up some of your of what makes you you to be in this relationship. And so it also feels like inside this relationship you're feeling very alone and isolated, maybe purposefully so. Maybe the longer you're in this relationship, the more isolated you are. This person didn't put in the work or effort into the relationship. It feels like it's your job. It was your job to do all the work in the relationship. There's also something here. Feels like this person took advantage of unhealed wounds of yours, and the kindness that you have, maybe extending from those wounds. Oh, yeah. This person knew there was something that you weren't tuning into. Maybe an emotional immaturity from unhealed wounds from your childhood is what it's showing up as. It feels like this person took advantage of your kindness. Maybe a little naive at times. I'm seeing both sides of that. It feels like they took advantage of your kindness, and then they also knew right where the wounds, your unhealed wounds were. So all they had to do, when you were getting too close to the truth or calling them out or getting too close to equality, feels like this person would poke at your unhealed wounds to get you in your emotions because you couldn't think when you're in your emotions. This person purposefully wounded and overwhelmed you in your emotions, maybe chronically. So you would be in your woundedness. I don't know about you, but when I am in my emotions, I do not perceive things clearly. Period. I know that even if I'm in good emotions, like I am feeling so loved and wonderful, that's an expanded state of being that isn't really grounded. And so I wait until I get grounded, present, I'm not in an expanded emotional state, and then I'll look at something. This person definitely knew all your wounds, and knew just how to poke them and how to get you in your emotions so you would stop getting close to the truth. Stop whatever you were doing. Yeah, this person purposely created confusion in your space and unhappiness. You're easier to control if you're unhappy and if you don't understand what's going on. So there's, with the Emperor showing up, there's a real need here for you to take the lead, to take control, to start making your own decisions if you haven't already. This person isn't involved in decision making. Again, I don't know who I'm talking to. Some of you feel like this is somewhat fresh, and some of you feel like you've been out of this for a long time. If you've gone past this reading and you're like, that was years ago, I've already gone through this, maybe you could, if you want, since you're here, you could help support those who are going through this right now or in the process. How to stand up for yourself, how to feel and process through grief. Maybe you guys have some suggestions of your own if you've already gone through this. That would be helpful to those who are in this process right now. So there's really, he's got armor on. He's sitting down, but he's ready. Defensive, protective. He's got this red sash on. Passionate. And then in this hand, he's got the Ankh, sanctuary. It feels like there's a need to take charge, make decisions for yourself. This person should have nothing, there's a need to make your own decisions. Let's put it that way. Make your own decisions for you and for what you are creating for yourself. It looks like you're creating some type of sanctuary for yourself going forward. All right, Ace of Swords reverse, Two of Wands reverse. There's been just this lie, a foundational lie. I feel like you're aware of what that this person has. It just lies, deception, betrayal, wounds, control, keeping you under control, keeping you in overwhelm, purposely keeping the truth from you. And with the Two of Wands, there's a need to leave the house, a need to move on, move away. Again, everything in this reading is about how do we move on? How do we move past this? Wow. In what's hidden is base chakra. So your base chakra is seat of power, seat of energy. It's in your pelvic bowl area where you're sitting. Your base chakra deals with the 3D world, with the 3D, with the physical, tangible, with your physical body, with finances, things in the 3D. So in what's hidden, we're looking at base chakra, which makes so much sense. After a betrayal, there's a need to move on, and I have found, starting with your base chakra, I need the basics. I need a place to live. I need a job and finances. I need stability, security, food, a place to live. There's the basics. It feels like you're rebuilding from the ground up. That's what this is. And so there's a need to take care of your base energies, your base needs, to make decisions about your base needs, to take care of you, Take care of yourself. Yeah. Because there's this lying, cheating, stealing that's coming to the surface. So there's also a need to protect your finances, protect yourself. Are you safe? That's a base chakra issue. Can you move somewhere else? Are you in a safe place? If this person has created such brutality, and they feel very comfortable, it looks like they're continuing to do that outwardly, then there's a need to stand on business, making sure that you are safe, that you are secure. Are you safe? Are you secure? There's something here. This person has lied so much and created, it feels like it's hard to tell what the truth is and what the truth is. I mean, what is the truth? So it feels like you're rebuilding from that base chakra. There's something here. A lot of deception and limited beliefs in what's hidden. Okay. Again, I'm getting the very similar message from this person, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and the main energy that this person knows just how to get you and your emotions, to poke, to wound you, so you're in your emotions. This person also feels very confident that they don't want you to be able to build on your base chakra. They don't want you to find stability in that base chakra. They don't want you to move on. They want you to feel very burdened, overwhelmed. That's in the Moon card. It feels like this person just feels like your job in this relationship was to carry the burdens. So once you work on your base chakra, find your stability, your security, find people around you. There's also balance, building a new foundation for yourself, taking care of your base needs. Again, security, finances, stability. Are you safe? Are you secure? Do you have finances coming in? And focusing on that. Because it looks like this person just enjoys burdening you. There's not love here. Can you hear the ravens? I wonder if you can hear them. There's a bunch of them. All right. It's a lot of talk. It feels like this person does a lot of... It feels like when this person's lips are moving, you know they're lying. This person doesn't use communication to create deeper connection. This person uses communication to deceive, to limit, to get their way, to control. Yeah. Whew. All right. The outcome and advice is intuition in reverse, too. This is the High Priestess in reverse. And again, she's wearing the Ankh, but it's in reverse. It feels like the first thing I'm tuning into, I feel like you are a very intuitive person, that you have access to when you're aligned, when you're more yourself. You are very intuitive. But this person, this relationship, kept you in your woundedness, kept you in emotionally immature way of being. Unhappy, confused, purposefully getting you to abandon yourself to center them. That's what this is. And by centering someone else, you're out of alignment with your own attunement. You attune to someone else. You attune to this person. Maybe for so long that you've lost yourself. Maybe after so long of literally tuning your energy to someone else's frequencies, you lose yourself. You don't know where you are. You don't know what the reality is. You're so far out of alignment. And so you're out of step with nature, with your nature. And so you don't have access to your intuition. You don't have access to your unlimited potential. Yeah, these are definitely challenging times. 5 of Wands. And again, 2 of Wands in reverse. There's a need to spread your wings. Time's up, time to go, time to leave. In the original 2 of Wands, the person has had a full experience. They've gone out into the world and they've come back. And they realize, they think that they've already seen everything in the world. I've experienced everything, but they haven't. They're halfway through. There's a need to get back out there. Have new experiences, something completely different. Different people, different experiences. And 3 of Cups in reverse. So some of you, it feels like there are friends or family around this. It feels like there's triangulation. Maybe it's hard to find a friend in this environment. It doesn't feel like there are very many friends around you because you attune to this person's energy, their frequency. So it's their friends, their family. That's what it feels like when you spend so much time out of attunement and away from who you are. It feels like you got so far out of alignment with who you are, so you don't have your friends. It doesn't feel like you have your people around you. And so I think you're also realizing these people aren't for you. They're this person's friends and family. And so it feels like a painful discard, painful realization, realizing that the people that you've been around aren't for you. Wow. 5 of Swords in reverse. I think you're realizing that this person is in that 5 of Swords energy. They are willing to win at any cost, to say whatever they need to say to whoever. And it feels like there's triangulation here, a lot of stories told about you, a lot of negativity. And I'm not getting to try to argue, to try to beg these people to care about you. It feels like finding your own alignment and then going out in the world, focusing on that base chakra, on your basic needs first, and then build up from there. It doesn't feel like, if you have had a smear campaign around this about you, it feels like you would waste your energy trying to convince these people that aren't for you. They're not your people. It feels like a waste of time to try to get them to care or perceive you. Yeah, 8 of Swords in reverse. Helpless and hopeless in reverse. You're getting out of a helpless and hopeless situation. You're no longer limited, allowing limiting beliefs, allowing people who really don't care about you, and this person mostly. I think you're waking up, you're taking your blindfold off, and you're realizing, oh my gosh, I need to get out of this situation. This isn't for me. Hierophant reverse. This is a broken contract. It could be a marriage contract that's broken. I think that might be the heartbreak in this. Feels like oh, okay. For some of you, you felt that this was you were honoring this contract. Doesn't feel like this person wanted to honor the contract. You know, people change their mind. Ooh, high honors in reverse. Oh, got it. This person created all this lies and deception and told everybody about this, whatever the story is, that you're the bad guy, that everybody needs to turn on you because that was the truth. They were telling on themselves with what they said about you. Whatever lies they put on your name and they told about everyone else is what they did. They broke their contract with you. A relationship agreement, a marriage agreement, and they're trying to cover their dishonorable behavior with this broken contract with the lies that they told about you. And again, I don't think if you try to tell the truth in this energy, it's going to be met with deaf ears. Feels like there's a need to rebuild, focus on base chakra, getting your needs met. Do you have legal counsel? Do you need legal counsel? Do you have a place? Are you safe? That's the first question. Are you safe? Do you need legal counsel? Do you have friends, real friends, anyone you can count on that's not in this? If not, that it would be good. Maybe a support network is something to grow and build around you. Friends. Do you have a job? Do you have finances coming in? Stability, security. Therapy. Taking care of yourself so you can be stable, secure, so you can have a space where you can understand what's happened and where you are and where you need to go. All right, what a reading. I hope this was helpful. Take care.